Liverpool's upcoming games is Leicester and Spurs.
Yeah, wow. Then Chelsea after that.
So Leicester and Spurs, right? So in 2 weeks, they could have won the league, play Chelsea, and have Arsenal give them a guard of honor at Anfield. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Futbol Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. I am your host Alder and I am joined by my fellow Kaki bro who has decided not to wear a jersey, right? Because both of us practically gave up on football over the weekend with a 4-1 defeat of Manchester United by Newcastle. I'm joined by my brother Paul. How you doing, bro?
I think not a bad weekend apart from non-football related stuff. I think F1 we witnessed like the best race of the season so far.
It was not bad, but it was also very disappointing.
I think it's a good race in terms of like watching overtakes, you know.
Yes.
Like Suzuka there was like completely no overtakes.
Yeah.
Same as what's that? Albert Park. Until the last lap. Yeah. So it's good. Always good to watch like F1 that is exciting, you know.
Yeah. But I don't think I'm watching the race this week because it's way too early. It's way too late, bro. Freaking Jedi, like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Just cause, you know, Ferrari not doing too well also,
I mean, okay, we got fourth.
Bro, you gotta admit it. If Ferrari was like winning every race, you would definitely watch it.
No, honestly, I feel that the reason why to be fair, I watched the race, but I also find that I won't watch a race at 1 o'clock in the morning. Also, it's a bit too late. Because can you imagine, right? Like at least with football, you got some excitement. F1, right, is too unpredictable in the excitement level. You can have a race like Bahrain, right? Then suddenly you can have a flip around now where basically everybody stays in the same spot for like 2 hours.
That's why,
even if the track is fast.
You must take the risk and watch it, I feel it's just watching sports in general. The uncertainty is what like keeps you going,
It's a sad life if you are supporting red of the wrong color. So today on this week's podcast of the Futbol Kaki, we are going to talk about 3 things all involving red. So one is, of course, Liverpool need 2 more wins to capture their 20th league title after a 2-1 victory over West Ham with a captain's goal. They've also got that big news that Mo Salah has renewed his contract and highly likely Virgil Van Dijk will be renewing his contract. Currently, the only player that looks like they're going to leave is Trent Alexander-Arnold. If I'm not mistaken, right? Did they say how long is Van Dijk's contract renewal? I know Salah is 2 years.
Both of them 2 years, yeah.
Both of them is 2 years, right? Yeah. Salah, if I'm not mistaken, is about 400k a week, including bonuses.
If you include everything, it's like 480 per week. Which is fully deserved, bro. He's breaking like legendary records.
Yeah. It's one of those players where like if you were to give him a high salary now, right, nobody will actually object.
No, bro, it's fully deserved, bro.
Yeah.
He should get what he wants.
Yes.
Because he has already proven it. Yeah.
Correct. So 2 more wins and then Liverpool win the league. Liverpool win the league title. Then we have to talk about that incident at the Emirates Stadium in the middle of the week where both me and Paul got our predictions horribly wrong, where all of us were saying like Real Madrid was going to win, right? And then Declan Rice scores 2 scorching free kicks absolutely out of nowhere, right? To give Arsenal a 3-1 lead going into the second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. But of course, this is Real Madrid. So that will be our match of the week. We're going to preview that moving into next week. So to begin our episode, we've got our usual what's going on. So Paul, what is your what's going on?
Bro, the what's going on is in light of Antony's loan transfer to Real Betis, right? The what's going on is they're in very strong talks to make his deal permanent. So I think it's a very strong what's going on. I think out of the 4 loanees, 3 or 4 loanees, right, that really like revive his career. For Man United to sell him, I think as long as we get 32 million is what will be considered a fair deal. The rumor is about 32.2 million. Yep.
Okay. That's a reasonable shake. I think my expectation was if I were to get about 25 million for him, I would have been happy with it.
Yeah, because he's only left 2 years, so 2 out of 5 years of the 80 million, you recoup back 30 million. I think it's not too bad. Yep.
And it's kind of like what we were hoping for, like to sell him, because if he's not going to produce at Man United, right, I would rather he produce somewhere else and then you can make money off of him. So getting a 32 million return, right, is not bad. Even though it's a substantial loss to compare what we actually pay for him. Then again, right, we were never ever going to make that money back. So he's done well at Betis. I would say that in comparison to the rest, right, probably him and Marcus Rashford are the two that are doing better away from the club. Freedom Fighter scored a goal after don't know how long.
Yeah, just to draw the game.
Just to draw the game, right? So 25 mil for me is
It's a no-brainer.
Is what I wanted, right? 32 million is a no-brainer.
Yeah, and the fact that we can offload the wages is another big plus point.
Yeah.
For sure. Him, Rashford, Sancho already I think close to 1 million.
But have there been rumors about Rashford leaving permanently to Aston Villa?
Bro, the guy is not coming back, bro. You think
He's-
Amorim will want him back after?
No, but I mean,
something?
like, is Aston Villa going to buy
in
him?
terms of them making permanently, I'm not very sure. He has to play well for them
Yep.
to like warrant the transfer fee. You know,
Which technically he has, but
bro, he only had one EPL goal.
I mean, he did well in the Champions League.
They are down 3-1, bro.
I know.
Did you see the performance against PSG? He went back to his old ways, bro. Talking about playing in the grandest tournament in the. He said he's looking forward to help Aston Villa win Champions League, right? Or like progress, Scoring two against Preston is not. It's not considered playing well.
Yeah, I agree. It's the default setting lah, but
It's the default setting. Yeah.
I just want him to go right and play well, right? Because I can get
I want
money
him to
for
play
him.
well, yeah, so that we can get the money from him.
I really want him to play well to get money from him. But I mean, like, as of what's going on, I do feel that like it's anything can happen because the rumor mill might start churning, right? Then you never know whether Antony, right, he has poor performances towards the end of the season. They just doesn't work out.
Yeah, so that's the volatility of loan players lah.
Correct.
When they are crap,
they're bad.
it only means they are coming back to us.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which probably likelihood will happen with Jadon Sancho going to return back to Man United lah.
I don't know, man. Chelsea just gotta pay the money.
I don't think if you like we talked about,
They're gonna
right,
pay
if
the
you were
5
Chelsea,
million
right,
exit clause.
I'll pay the 5 million rather than the 25. Yeah, I saved 20 million. I used the 20 million to go and buy somebody else.
Yeah. No, but I think they already paid a fee to Man U for loan.
Yeah.
And then if they back out, they need to pay another like 5 million for it.
Which I mean, honestly, is like you pay the fee for the loan, right? Then you will pay 25 million for a player that may not even make the squad regularly.
Yeah, so it was 5 million loan plus the obligation 25. So we minimally should have received 30 million.
Correct.
So but if they pay 5 and then 5, so 10 million, but
10
we pay him
million,
back.
we lose 66%.
Yeah, I think that one is a very big one for you, I feel like, to
Yeah.
make sure that he gets out.
We can't. The state of the club really, right? You know it's bad, right? When Newcastle decides to put extended highlights of a 4-1 dressing on their YouTube channel.
Shambolic, bro.
Shambolic. I couldn't watch the thing because my dad was watching the Man U game, so I was watching F1 on my phone.
But you didn't miss much for the Man U game, so
No, I was watching the whole thing, bro. I was watching both. I went to sleep. I went to sleep after the race finished, which is when the third goal went in. Like about the point Harvey Barnes, the third goal went in. So yeah, I think that's a good what's going on in terms of monetary, right? But we're gonna move on to Champions Elect. Liverpool beat West Ham 2-1 after a late goal from Virgil Van Dijk. Liverpool literally only need 6 more points to win the title. As you can see, it literally in our thumbnail, if I'm not mistaken, just says 2 more to go.
before the end of April, they will probably won it already.
Yeah. And like Liverpool's upcoming games is Leicester and Spurs.
Yeah, wow. Then Chelsea after that.
So Leicester and Spurs, right? So in 2 weeks, they could have won the league, play Chelsea, and have Arsenal give them a guard of honor at Anfield.
At least not Man United.
We finished already lah, but I mean, we've received guard of honor, right? But if I'm not mistaken, right, this is the earliest the title has been sealed up in like, I don't know how long, sir. If they win the next 2 games, right, it's 34 matches title win already.
Yeah. As in not for the past 4 years, because a lot of the past 4 years, a lot of it was on the last day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe the 100 points City, maybe?
100 point City, and I know United did it once or twice before.
Yeah, I'm talking about in most recent history.
In most recent history,
years.
probably
Should be 100
probably
points,
100, probably is 100 point City lah. Because the gap between first and second, I think if I'm not mistaken, that year was 19 points.
Damn. Yeah, we were talking about last week, like how the EPL felt very meh this season,
Yeah.
right? Like in terms of the excitement and entertainment. Yeah, but I think Liverpool just literally ran away with it lah. It's really a stroll in the park for them.
Yeah.
Not because there's like or the opponent's hard, it's like just that the competitors are not keeping up.
Yep.
Maybe if you see Arsenal the last 2 weeks, they focus so much on Real Madrid, they just decide to throw the league away.
Yeah.
Literally throw the league away. They draw in the last 2 games. You shouldn't be doing that, I feel like.
Because I think like maybe their view is that my draw side of the table is not that hard. I can maybe try to get to a Champions League.
They're not going to win it, bro.
But they're not going to win.
Hey, we don't get to make prediction again. Even if they go final, right, it'll be hard to beat Barcelona, I feel lah. But they will be out to look for revenge. I don't want to predict anything, but yeah, I think it seems very weird that they will throw the league away, considering that they fought for it for like 3 years, right?
I think
2.5 years, 3 years.
It's an inevitable thing because they were never gonna catch Liverpool anyway. Also, so like you imagine, right? Like their maximum is 81 points. Liverpool have 76. So you win 2 more games, right? It's 82. Then it's like basically to me, it's like what's the point?
Yeah, I think it's quite inevitable lah. Yeah, like you
Yeah.
said. And Liverpool led the league for like 180 something days, so it's like fully deserved lah, right?
Almost from the beginning.
From November, December that time, I think.
Yeah, they started off hot also. They won a couple of games. I remember there was like clean sheets, right? Then there was a point they tail a bit. Then after they win, they started winning again. It's like if you only lose 2 games in the entire season, right, and you win like over 20, you deserve the league lah. Like there's no other like things that you need to say lah. So
yeah, but I think if you were to ask a Liverpool fan, right, at the start of the season, would they even win the league, bro? I think like
they will say no.
90% will say no.
Yeah, they'll say no. They'll probably say no. What?
Yeah, everyone will probably say like Arsenal or something, right?
Yeah lah. It's like you ask
Arsenal, right?
Yeah, if you ask a Man Utd fan, would you have ended up in the bottom half of the table? You probably also say no also.
Bro, at Ten Hag, I would have said yes, bro. Ten Hag was the manager.
No, as in like
at the start of the season, right?
At the start of the season, maybe like
no, Ten Hag was the manager. I was like, no, he should be out already.
Okay, like I already think
I
said he should have been out already also.
Yeah, they shouldn't have like recontracted him.
Yeah lah, but honestly, bro, I won't be surprised if we end up 17.
But we still made it lah. So
we'll
still make it lah. I think.
No, we're only 3 points off the bottom. Like 3 points off West Ham 17.
We will still make it in terms of surviving lah.
Yeah, I don't care what you do lah. We have more losses than wins so let's move on. Let's move on lah. Like I mean, I can like just to speak of Liverpool, right? Well deserved is one thing, but it's the fact that they've done it without much competition. I think is the shock to all of us.
Yep.
It's generally
I think City and Arsenal should be ashamed of themselves.
Yes, I agree. It's just like who had predicted like City's collapse this year. I don't think it's gonna go in an upward trajectory like anytime soon. I think Rodri's gonna come back soon. For City. I mean, even if Rodri comes back, right? Who's your playmaker?
See the transfer, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Statement gonna go out already, so they're gonna make like statement signings.
So it's like if I was them, I will also look at if let's say, do I want to go Man City or do I want to go maybe to the team that probably could win the Champions League? It's basically what happened with Hazard. Hazard was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Man United. Then suddenly Chelsea won the Champions League. Then he went to Chelsea. So it's like stuff like that could actually play a part. So maybe that's the reason why, right? Like Arsenal are throwing everything out the window, right? So that they can go into hoping to go far in the Champions League, so that they can probably get a striker.
I think they will still get it regardless of whether they win or not.
It's whether they get the right one or not.
Correct. Yep.
Whether they get the right one. So yeah, speaking of Arsenal and speaking of the Premier League, right? Arsenal did actually beat Fulham. They did beat. They drew with Brentford. They drew with Brentford, right? And they kind of like saying like, okay, I'm okay with not really like playing my best 11 because of the Champions League, right? But before we get into the Arsenal and the Real Madrid and Arsenal, right? I'm just gonna recap basically the Premier League matches of the week and what happened, right? Everything else generally went according to plan, except for the fact that Everton beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. So I'm just gonna read out the scores, right? City beat Palace 5-2 after trailing 2-0. Aston Villa beat Southampton 3-0. Nottingham Forest lost to Everton 1-0. Brighton and Leicester drew 2-2. Arsenal and Brentford drew 1-1. Chelsea and Ipswich drew 2-2. Wolves beat Spurs 4-2. Liverpool beat West Ham 2-1. And Newcastle beat Man United 4-1. Bournemouth and Fulham will be playing their game the day after this recording, which will be Tuesday morning Singapore time, 3 a.m.
Yep.
Moving to the Champions League, right?
Bro, Newcastle got one game in hand, right? If they win, right, they go third.
Yeah. And it's their 5th consecutive game, right?
I think so. 4th. Yeah, if they win the next game, then they win 5 in a row.
Yeah, it's their 5th consecutive.
Then the guy can cut his hair.
He's not a Newcastle supporter. He's been stuck at 0 for don't know how long already.
Yeah. Yeah, so from third to 7 is only by 3 points.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
3 points. Then 4th to 7 is 2 points.
Yeah, so third to 7 is 3 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's prepare to see. Maybe Nottingham might drop out.
Might be.
If they won the game against Everton, maybe they still have a chance. Considering the amount of games left to go, it's quite a bit.
No, if they had won, right, they would be 3 behind Arsenal. They could have clinched second, but we shall see lah. Because currently it's a 7-point gap difference between second and fourth, then a 6-point gap between second and third lah.
No, anyway, there's a fifth team that will qualify for Europe. So for Youth Champions League this year.
Oh,
so
because of the aggregate,
Yes.
right?
No, like last year was Serie A and Bundes, I think. This year is like EPL Stone.
Because of it's like this.
I can't remember. Yeah,
aggregate or something. Yeah. So currently it's top 5 lah. 6, then one other club in the Conference League. So we shall see where it goes. Real Madrid, Arsenal. Honestly, right?
Just wait and see lah. I don't want to make a prediction, but I think don't.
We have to make a prediction.
They are leading.
Bro.
They're not winning. That's the thing. They are leading.
I know but we have to make a prediction because it is match of the week lah. But I just want to say, Declan Rice scored 2 amazing free kicks.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that this was the only 2 free kicks he's like scored in like the past.
It's just that one of these games, right, that you
20
get it
plus
right.
shots, 20 plus attempts.
Yeah, it's like one of these games, right, that you just get it right.
Honestly, right, like his 2 free kicks Kota got beat by the pace of the shot. Like honest.
Yeah, no, it's a power curve.
It's a power curve. He got beat by the pace of the shot. If it was slow, if it was like slightly slower, like those type of like Payet type of free kick, right? I think Kota would probably could have saved it.
Maybe.
Or like maybe like the Mata type of free kick. But the power curve, right? Like the first free kick, right? I have to say that I like the fact that the ball was symmetrically like spinning. So when
it's not top spinning.
It's like just like going this way. So it's moving like basically it's a outer and a snap. But the second free kick, right? I think that's the best free kick I've seen in like years.
Bro, nobody scores this kind of free kicks anymore, man. Maybe the Messi against Barcelona was the most recent.
No, Liverpool.
Yeah, Messi versus Liverpool. That one also quite a banger.
But it didn't have the pace.
Yeah, this one is top corner, bro. Right?
This one is top. This one is like what they call top bins, right? Top bins, right at the top, right? It's like if you were to pinpoint it exactly, right? It's exactly the edge of the ball at the corner. Like it's just dead corner. It's dead corner. There's no way the goalkeeper's gonna save that.
Yeah, no way, man. Totally cannot save it at all.
Not even Prime the gear.
Bro, you put 2 keepers there also cannot save. really, it's that good. Yeah.
What happened with the Real Madrid?
They are like that lah. Real Madrid tends to play badly in the first leg. Maybe they didn't expect it to be this bad. Apart from open play goals, right? They only consider 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the 2 free kicks you really got to give it to Arsenal. So
yes.
Yeah, and then the last goal maybe they were a bit, I won't say unfortunate. Maybe just lapse of focus.
No, but will you call it more towards like? Okay, I have this thing I want to ask you, right? Was the score inflated because of the free kick?
No, it wasn't lah. I feel that it was separated based on these 2 set pieces lah. It's like how we've been talking about Arsenal. You know how they at one point they will keep scoring corners, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you remove that set piece, right? They're like the match is still 0-0, that kind. It's like literally that one moment that these two moments that they score, right, that become the difference in the game.
Yeah.
Which sometimes you definitely need because the game is so close.
Yep,
Then
I
you
agree.
need to find other ways to go and score, and to score 2 early free kicks is, any team will take that lah, bro, against Real Madrid.
I agree, because it's almost very difficult, right, to get 2 of those type of free kicks, right, scored in one to score in one game, right?
Bro,
getting one already is hard already.
Do you see the pre-match warm-up? Rice, he was taking free kicks against Brentford. Bro, he was missing everything, yeah. Then the caption was like, "Oh, bro used his career aura in one game." Used up all his aura,
I mean, he's never scored like a free kick before that also.
Yeah.
So
I think it's really just one of those games, right? When you get it right,
you just get it right.
Twice. Yeah, you get it right twice, that kind.
You had to be literally perfect for both goals to go in. Like
and he got it right.
And he got it right. So give everybody is like I saw like people going around and say, hey, if you're Arsenal fan, I give you, then you go give a bag of rice.
Yeah, everyone's doing that.
It's like, wow, so annoying. But this second leg, right? I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much, right? But I've seen this story happen in front of me too many times, whereby they are down going
And
into
it's
a
always
second
by
leg,
like the margin of 2 or 3.
two
Right?
two or three goals. One. It's
So
always
like it's like when you need Real Madrid to score 3, they will score 3, that kind.
correct. Correct. It was
Yeah.
3-0. It was 3-0.
If you just like go in YouTube Real Madrid like history, for like those young fans who has not like watched Real Madrid come back from a 2 goal or 3 goal deficit,
Yeah.
just go and watch it, lah. Okay, then maybe let me know your thoughts after that.
It's happened a lot of times. A lot of times,
Seen
right?
this story play out too many times. Yeah.
With and without Ronaldo.
With Ronaldo, it's like, oh bro, I will bet my money he will score a hat-trick, that kind.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he will just
It's
be
written
like,
in the stars for him. Yeah, without Ronaldo, but they still managed to pull the comeback against Man City, like last year, right? Or the 2 years
yeah.
ago.
But the thing is that the time they had Benzema,
Yeah, that's true.
they had Benzema. I think, and Rodrigo like took over that game lah from the start. So I don't really know whether they have it in them this year, but it's Real Madrid lah. Like you don't ever write them off until the second leg final whistle blows, right? Then if they lose, they lose.
Yeah, but let's say if you were Arsenal, how would you approach this game? Like if
I
I was
attack
just Arsenal, attack
Like I
and
will just
Bernabeu.
whack. Bro. I have a 3-goal
You
lead,
sit
right?
back in different.
I won't sit back, yeah. If you sit back at the Bernabeu, it's like writing a death sentence.
Chelsea almost did it. Chelsea did it right, at the camp now.
But that's Barcelona. This is Real Madrid.
No, but you will attack from the first minute.
I will attack more than I will just try to go lah. Try to get one more because honestly, I just need
Because
one.
I seen like how some Arsenal fans they comment how they should approach the game, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they're gonna play. They say play anti-football. Anything, just play anti-football. Play 6 center back. Then they keep replaying the video of like Man City trying to break them down, but cannot.
Who Arsenal?
Yeah, Arsenal.
Is this Real Madrid?
Yeah, so I myself also, if I was an Arsenal fan, I don't know how we should approach this game. But I do agree with you that we should just play the match as per normal, like how they play in maybe Emirates.
No, I feel that like they should just go attack and try to just get one. Like just get one early. Make it harder for
Bro, they get
for
one, they
Real
win
Madrid.
already, bro.
They get one, you get one, you win already. So you just attack. Go, don't sit. Because if you're gonna sit, right, you can you imagine
that? One, then you
you sit, right? You imagine this, right? Kamavinga suspended by I don't think it's much of an impact. You think about this, right? If you sit, you're giving the ball to Valverde, Bellingham, and Modric.
Yeah, and then you still have like Vinicius.
And you got Vinicius, Mbappe, Rodrigo. So like why should you sit? If you're sitting, you're basically just telling, hey guys, here you go, I give you the ball, you go and try to attack.
Yeah, it's like maybe if there's one team that can, like what Media said, like, if there's one team that can shut other teams out defensively, right?
It's Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah.
But
they lose Thomas Partey, I think he's injured, and Gabriel, right? So
no, that's what I'm saying.
Ben White
so,
also
like,
injured.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if you were to give them the ball, right, and yes, Arsenal can set, but just that the difference is that there's a very big difference in quality this year, right, between Real Madrid and Man City.
Yep, I agree, bro.
Like there's a difference in quality. As good as Man City is, there is a difference in quality this year because City is not playing well. You cannot use a reference of Man City, right, that literally cannot score against Man United.
Yep, I agree, man.
That is not a good reference. So I mean, you cannot use that argument to say that okay, against Man City. I'm like Man City cannot even score against Man United. So what's the point? So yeah, I think let's just make the predictions, right? I hope I don't have to do another like wrong predictions video again.
Embarrassing clip.
Embarrassing clip, but hey, that was the easiest clip that I did because that was the only thing that was needed. Prediction?
3-3 extra time, bro.
3-3 extra time.
Yep. Penalties, yep.
Then Real Madrid win.
For Real Madrid, that is the most like realistic scenario. If you were to say they win 5-3, I think a bit unrealistic.
So basically, okay, so it's 3-0, Real Madrid win, then extra time go into
extra
penalties.
time, then go penalties. Yes.
So Arsenal don't score.
I really think they will sit back, bro.
I think it's a mistake. Try to get one.
I personally think they will play anti-football. And they will try to score from corners and free kicks.
Yeah, I think that will probably happen. But I don't think it's approach. They should just try to nick one. Then you make it hard. Then you force Real Madrid to score.
You tell Arteta, ring him, then tell him that.
I'm not gonna say.
I think they'll nick one through a set piece.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. Right? So, for me, right?
What, for 5-0, 4-0?
No. 4-1.
4-1 is still going extra time, bro.
I know that's the whole point. But the fact that they score 4.
What if, right, bro? It's like 3-0. Then they like the same thing happened with Ronaldo. You know, the Vasquez got pushed in the back, right?
Yeah.
And then penalty, right? A Buffon red card.
I don't know. I do.
So imagine 3-0, right? Then last minute penalty, Real Madrid take. Then 4-0.
Hey, it could happen, It's the burner bomb.
Bro, too many storylines of this came out before, right?
It could literally happen. Because the Man City one, right?
Okay.
Man City one, they tied everything, right? Then after that, they got penalty.
And they scored 2 in injury time, right?
Yeah, they scored 2 in injury time. The freaking Rodrigo 2-header.
Rodrigo header. Yeah.
Rodrigo header. So, yeah, bro, anything else to add?
Yeah, I think we just to quickly rush the other two. I think Bayern suffered a shock defeat to Inter.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, maybe we shall see if Bayern can come back. So I think if like the other side of the draw will be quite straight for Barcelona to reach the final.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of an issue.
High chance it might be a Barcelona PSG semi-final.
Yeah, but I do honestly. I also feel right. Even if Arsenal play Bayern, I don't think they're going to win.
Got Harry Kane.
If they play Inter, maybe got chance. All right, so that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki. Brought to you by the Chit Cheddar Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows, which of course are the Kopi Bros, every Monday, where we come together and talk about fun and trivial topics. And of course, if you do like game shows, we do have the SG Draft podcast every Friday, where we come together and draft about different topics and have fun while we do it. SG Draft, of course, has our voting element, so you can go over to our Instagram and vote for your favorite teams of the draft. You have the power to decide who wins the draft every week. So with that, from me and Paul, just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki. It's going to be exciting because the Champions League is coming down to the wire. I think it'll be more exciting than the Premier League season because Liverpool's probably going to win the title. For all the Man Utd fans out there, we feel your pain.
The season is ending.
The season is ending, right? It's coming to a close, right? But don't be surprised if we end up in 17th place. Yeah, I think that's all, bro. You got anything else to add?
That's it, bro.
Okay, so have a good week ahead, everybody. See you soon next week. Bye-bye.